guys, thank you for joining us. We're going to try something a little different here with some running commentary as we've got the racing underway. Just do something a little different from my point of view of what's going on with the racing. A couple of key points. We're at Zandavoort, which I must point out is not the 720's favourite track or the GP bounce performance is utter garbage here. But nevertheless, we have a lot of fun, a lot of trials and tribulations, and thank you all for taking the time to come and view the video. Don't quite give it a thumbs up quite yet, like, if you don't enjoy it then you're free to leave. For those that do, there's a lot of action coming up. Yeah, smash the like button, it does help. Even subscribe and comment with what you think. All the comments I get through and read, and we'll reply as and when. So this is Motive Racing Super Season, consisting of 12 rounds, and joining us for round 2, which is Zandavoort. Last week at Monza, I believe, we managed to pull off a win. A pretty lucky win. We were in the right places at the right time. Mercedes Vlad did crash out Enquiry at the pace. It was his to win, but I guess you got to be in it to win it. But yeah, Vlad with huge pace at Monza, he really did deserve the win, just through his setup alone, so nothing to that one. So yeah, again, he wanted to do something a little different. The highlights, get shots and shit, crap, and you know, ramble on with my point of view. So with that said, there are a few places of interest. We'll go through the first lap now, which we'll talk about as and when. Again, the 720 is cylinder powered there, it's not even funny, so pulling off a win like the round 1 will be next to impossible. There's 10 drivers here, at least 15, that can all win a championship. That's it. I think qualifying is separated by 2 tenths of a second, so it is so competitive. Every point and every round is going to count. So yeah, but nevertheless, with the car being very underpowered, we did have some really good battles and enjoyed the track layout as well, but we did end up in the Stewards office afterwards with Mr. Modard going around. We had a battle with him at Monza. I think we just got on the gas a little earlier, so good driver. And here we go, this is the checking to the Stewards driver afterwards because of the 911 out in front there. We're not going to save me. My teammate there getting awfully close to the back of me. Chris Bissett there, part of the Rundy AMC team that we are, or Rundy JC. Perfect name for us, but yeah, me and my teammate now back to bumpers, me Mclaren losing all sorts, but yeah, we ended up in the Stewards office afterwards for an incident. You know, I want to say before this race even started, the amount of homophobic comments made towards me in Gen Chat and the amount of crap that I got throughout the week for making driver discussions or suggestions and stuff and whatnot by a certain driver here. I think karma really does bite you on the ass. But nevertheless, take it to the Stewards and penalty for it as well. But I think we'll leave you with this a sec. Okay, so clearly missed his braking point right now. And instead, I think I brake to try and wait, see if he's going to join back. But he doesn't, he sits right there and he quits out. Which is a big slap in the face to all the drivers and all the staff team that put their fucking timing. But I got a 10-point penalty for that exactly after he'd quit out the Discord league the night before and then joined back to put a shooting fire against me. So yeah, given what was going on before, I think we're just seeing now Chris, my teammate, signalling me to go into the pits. He let me know the corner before, so props to you, Chris, good work. So we know we're both coming in at the same time. P7, P6, good standings at the minute. But yeah, I don't agree with the Stewards' decision at all. He quit out, and the move was non-consequential at all, and given what he was doing to Kurt the entire race, along with a few other cars, was absolutely fucking crazy. I mean, like, there was a point, well, the penalty afterwards were a joke where he was in there, like, he turned in on mass for the lead, you know. It takes 2 to race, you've got to give the room. I think we got Chris there in the pit stop, he had a slow one, but yeah, turned in on mass while fighting for the lead and ended up spinning himself out, so yeah, he ended up in the penalties office. So Mass, remember last time, mate, you're going to have to wait for him to crash out before you make an overtake, because he's going to turn in on you, but God forbid you do it to him, because you know, you'll end up in the Stewards obviously afterwards. I couldn't believe it, seeing what happened with Kurt and the rest of it, with getting battered out of the way and then has the cheek to do that. But I guess karma's a motherfucker, especially when you behave like a fool, make homophobic comments towards people. With that said, we still had a fantastic race with some fantastic drivers, and these are, believe me, the best on the platform at what they do. Red Bull Energy, unbelievable quick guy in this Mclaren. Him and Kirk were just on fire. I do remember battling Red Bull a little bit at Mount Pamela, and he was just gone. I couldn't catch him, so unbelievably quick guy. Looks like he is struggling with the rear tyres at the minute. But yeah, it's very skilled, very fast. It'd be very difficult to overtake him. Again, does look like he's struggling with the rears, but he was so much quicker here. Him and Kirk, I think maybe got into the 30s hours here for the qualifying. So yeah, lots of pace. Good move, bad. He likes to drive here, coming out the way. Not an easy place to get out the way. So thank you very much, buddy. Top job. I think also you see on the lap delta at the bottom that we've got Vlad incoming, the guy from Monza that was really unlucky not to win. In all honesty, he had the pace. He should have won just by setup alone because he really was on fire, and it was his to lose. Made a mistake coming out of Mascari. I guess you've got to be there in it to win it, but yeah, totally unlucky that Vlad not to win the opening round. But I think given the championship standings after this round, I think everybody's really close. So he's right up there with the likes of the rest of the guys. And like I say, there's like 10 to 15 guys that can win every single race, every single round. So it makes for some fantastic close racing. Tempers flare up. Tempers fly down, friends are made and enemies are drawn, but at the end of the day, we try and just keep it as clean as we possibly can. If you can't give it, if you can't take it, don't give it. Right, so 23 minutes to go on the back of Red Bull here, and Vlad is closing at something fierce. It's only going to slow us down, I think, racing with Vlad, and I think the highlight in as far as it was, yeah, he pulled right up on the arse end of us, and I think we try letting through at some point, I'm not sure, because this is the first time I've actually seen the highlights with talking through, so we're doing this on the fly. Obviously full-time carer for my fiance, and I'm also a full-time dad for a 1-year-old, so I'm sneaking an opportunity right now to get the clip in with a voiceover. They're in the other room, half asleep, having a nap, so I've got to find my chance to get on, get this all sort of clipped in and somewhat working together to do a voiceover, so I am trying to do as quiet as possible, but the racing's been absolutely fantastic. Vlad all over the radar now. I definitely felt he was there, and just from Monza I knew he was quick, so I think he would delay the steering a little bit. He notices that pretty quickly. Yeah, we lift off. Let that through. It's just going to slow us down trying to race with him. Try and keep with him, or at least use his drafter somewhat, and I think, I'm not too sure again, it's instincts of races. I think Red Bull Energy is the same thing too. Again, experienced driver, skilled, he knows what he's doing, and he knows letting Red Bull do the fastest thing for his race. You see, he's struggling a little bit with the rears there, but definitely free. He pull, yeah, it's this one, he does pull over for him, but I think, wow, there's the old broomstick here. Yeah, runs wide, loses all the momentum, just to try and come out the way and pick up the position again, and me and Red Bull are as close as we've been for a while now, so on the back of him. So I'm just trying to make that time up again, but yeah, I hope nobody takes offence to the broom that I use in the edits. It's just from the program that I use to stick it all together, and if anybody has an off track, including myself, I will just put it there. So yeah, it's not an insult or an insult thrown your way or anything like that. Any off tracks I would use the paintbrush to
car on the right. Clear on the right.
Just do it now. So 20 minutes down, Vlad still all over the left end of us here. Real quick, there's no way to come through up here, and I'm losing sight a little bit at the back of Red Bull here. Turning here. Yeah, this whole time coming up the road, I know that Vlad's obviously there. And then again now, misses the braking point. Vlad clips the back of Red Bull. That's so unfortunate. I was caught out big time by the brake there. I don't know if it was a bit earlier or it was just a little bit harder, but I did my best to get out of the way, and obviously Vlad with absolutely nowhere to go. Obviously it wasn't intentional. Don't ask me what that downshift was. But into P6, and what a point haul this would have been if I managed to keep hold of this position. It was absolutely gutting, ladies and gentlemen, it really was. But yeah, epic drive up until this point, coming over the Brody Hill, get good. Boom! Yeah, absolutely threw the Mclaren over there, and now we're league racing. These people have tuned the car all week. That cannot pull out in all good faith and destroy their race. I probably could have gone there in all fairness with J-Palm coming. But obviously, I don't want to destroy his race either, and it's a risk that I'm not worth taking. I don't do it on purpose, I don't ram into people, and I certainly don't make a habit of contact, so... Coming up on the back of Japan, yeah. Just managed to get stopped, yeah, and I think just for the last bit of this race now, me and Japan really have a good little scrap between us now. Given what happened with my spin there, losing P6 back down to P11, it was just nice that towards there I'm not on an empty track trying to keep myself entertained, like I've got a car to race against, and Japan made it as fun as he possibly could. His defending was on another level, he did a cracking job. I really enjoyed the last bit of the race, and goes to show when you drive properly that you can have a lot of fun on there. So big props to Japan, great to see battling up there with a car that he obviously feels comfortable with. Got 12 minutes to go, and yeah, just going to leave you with this a little bit. Had some real good fun with Japan. Was one of his staff, I believe, maybe at Motive Racing, always respectful, huge respect towards him and the rest of the staff team. I don't necessarily agree with the penalty decision, did appeal it, so we'll see what comes of it, but penalising me for something where the driver quit out afterwards, which is a no-no in the league, you know, we respect the fact that people put the time and effort into it, along with the broadcast crew and the drivers. So yeah, I've just weighing Japan up here, seeing if I could make a move there, and he was pretty good on the brakes, so I did think if there was anywhere on the track I could possibly send it, it would have been there, but again, need to be a lot closer, and still with 11 minutes to go, you don't really stick a move at the inside like it's the last lap, or you know, you've still got 50 minutes to go. Anyway, seem a bit better there. I think is that Elon a bit in front, just getting a little bit wide on there. So yeah, Emo and the other Mclaren is struggling, I believe. I'm not too sure, maybe damage in the old tyres, but yeah, definitely not enjoying that car at the minute, or at least the layout in the car at the minute. So it's definitely a concoction on its own, because again, the McLaren is so underpowered. So big props to Red Bull Energy, and especially Kurt for the qualifying job they did. Oh my god, they had 35s I think the pair of them, which I've only seen on PC time, so a huge prop to them McLaren drivers. Nobody that isn't in a McLaren will not know the pain of being on this track, so roll on the Hungaroring for all of us McLaren drivers who might be able to actually race towards the front. I think I hit the curve here, I do. Maybe could have got a better traction out of that, might have been a good run up there, but again the 911's just got the top jumps over the McLaren up this section of track. But I love this corner coming up, and it looked like Japan was struggling, so a couple of moves there, I think they're putting it flat out. Yeah, no, there, giving a look. No, I think doing. So again, trying to pull him off his line there, but he didn't move. He took the apex pretty well, covered the corner off. Definitely turned in early for that one. So again, just coming off the apex a little bit, but managing to get the drive back out the corner again, and it's so difficult because it just had fantastic acceleration. But along with that, you know, you need the skills to be able to use that as well. It's no good just having the quickest guy, you've actually got to drive it too. So fantastic drive by Japan for what it was, and just thank you for the race towards the end, because kind of threw mine away a little bit. Good bit of a look. Yeah, again with the point and penalty system, I don't necessarily agree with 10 championship points being deducted for a move that it just worried no braking in that sort of sense. The fact of the matter is, he was smashing Kurt for the rest of most of the laps leading up to that. He was only in that position because he bumped to pass Kurt out the way. Big apologies to Japan for that. Then obviously nobody tries to dive on like that on purpose and tries to kill themselves. I just completely missed my braking point there, and Japan had the awareness and skill to actually avoid me, otherwise that could have ended up something a little bit nastier. So thank you Japan, and apologies from my side, that was just a complete error from me. My bad buddy. But yeah, again, it's good to see Japan fighting up here. P11, so this is for P10, so there's a lot to fight for, and there's no wonder Japan's defending like he is. Also, he's had to watch his teammate quit out the race as well, so he's just fighting on his own for team points at the minute, unfortunately. Coming off the apex just a little bit there, do I send it? A little bit? No, but he does give me the room on the brakes. Last time before around it turned in way early, but he did give me the room there, so I know if I can give him a look, he could be pulled off the line at that corner, and it looked like he's struggling just on the entry of the corner before, so he doesn't quite have the same run into it. A little lucky at. Oh shit, the bird catch the back end of the car. I think that throws me off a little bit. Bad exit out of here as well, yeah. The McLaren suffering with the balance. I should have really, in retrospect, moved the brake balance a little further back. But yeah, fiddling around with the TC, with between TC3 and 2. 3 for the twisty bits, 2 for just the drive out of some of the slower corners now. And again, it's just a bit of a catch-up game now to try and get back up and go Bow's track. So yeah, again, with this style of video, with the running commentary, if you guys like what you see, please smash the like button. Hit up the comments, tell me what you think. We'll try and get this uploaded to the... You know, my voice might be annoying as shit, so you might not just want that, and we'll go with the text-based highlights from now on. But yeah, I'd really appreciate a like on the video, thumbs up, or a thumb down if you're part of the German 911 team, you know. I kind of respect the fact that the stewards have got a difficult job, but yeah, there are two sides to every story, and I think Karma just caught up with him there and slapped him in the face. Good run through here. Yeah, man, keep it way on there. He gives me the room again, Japan. But he hangs it on the outside, he does, and he keeps it there. Fantastic defending by Japan there. No, nothing I could have done. Did that beautifully. Was a little bit of a lunch, but we gave each other the room, even on the exit there. I could have forced him off, but the racing's been perfect from us. His defending's been absolutely brilliant, so to be like that, it's just not warranted. At the minute we've got the lads out in front. Chris Fissett, my teammate there in 7th place. Still kicking myself a little bit for throwing away that. Whether I'd have been able to hold on to 6th place is a different thing altogether, but I think without the spin I would have been able to with the time gap, but shoulda, woulda, coulda. It is what it is. P10, I'm not sure what happened there. I think we passed somebody or in the pits, so we're actually in the top 10 spot now, so Japan up into 9th. 6 minutes to go. Really got on the back bunker now. 911 seems to struggle towards the end of the races with tyres, and God knows what it's like if you don't actually take this one. You're forced in this league to take tyres. It's a 25-second stop, I believe, for the time, something like that, and it's fixed fuel as well, so you can either have two strategies. You can either take the tyres and take a 30-second stop, or you can not take the tyres and save yourself for 5 seconds. You have a time progression on for a lot of the races and different stuff, so not taking the tyres is a little bit of a risk towards the end of the races, a bit slippy and slidey, so you've got to weigh up your options, whether the time gains is enough. Trying a little different look here with JFM, see if we can get the undercut. But again, force of the driver off. Just defend the inside, very fair there. So yeah, we're at the Hungaroring this Sunday for Motive Racing Round 3. And again, I hope the McLaren's a little better. It should be somewhat competitive compared to what it is here at Zandavoort, but that's taking nothing away from any of the other drivers. I didn't drive well enough, even in an underpowered car, to get any type of result. I don't think, based on the performance, it was quite enough to grant 6. The lads up on the podium and the slots behind, they drove flawlessly. They really do deserve a lot of credit, but they all do in the league. Every one of them can win the race. It's the guys that try and win the races before they even started that bother me. So on the outside here, I think this is the move. We go for some Zandavoort drift techniques and manage to catch it, and that is the move done. It took a while. We've got 4 minutes back on the clock. Red Bull Energy just out in front, 4.4. I was catching Red Bull Energy. I'm not sure if he took tyres in his pit stop, however. With the fighting with Japan, the defending as well as he did, I just didn't have any sort of time to really pull up onto the back of Red Bull and make any sort of move with him, so credit to Japan, unbelievable defending. And it was just nice towards the end to have, you know, not an empty track, someone to race with, not just that, but being respectful towards somebody and showing that same level of respect and giving each other the room to race. It really does matter. If you're turning on somebody that's making a move on you, then there's going to be contact. If you brake on the exit of the corner for absolutely different reason, then there's going to be contact. And when there's 10 minutes down in the race, an hour race, you've got to sort of weigh up your options, haven't you? Is it worth really defending like that? Anyway, back to it. I think we're entering the last corner now. We are. Oh, that's how much we caught up with Red Bull, but fantastic drive by the lad. Again with Chris too, and Kurt. Big shout out to Kurt, he drove absolutely amazing. The lads on the podium smashed it, and the lads in the commentary box did too. But had a bit of a problem for the stream, but definitely check out Motivation Stream. Thank you for joining us. Hit like and subscribe. Peace out. Take care.